Beamline 10-1 soft X-ray sample cell. This is the final product. Here we are using either an aluminum or a copper sample pedal. Obviously, if you want to do copper edge, you're not going to use this, but it's good for any other edges. And so I'm going to peel off the protective layer. Here's a very thin, sticky carbon surface to hold the sample. Since we are doing electron yield measurements mainly at beamline 10-1 or A2 using channeltrons, the grinding is not so important. Certain samples, for example, very volatile samples, we actually don't grind it, we just soften enough to push it in and compact it, so the hopefully the sublimation, the rate of sublimation is slow enough that we will be able to collect data, and in most cases it is. So to make this is actually very simple. Just take the carbon tape, and again this can be made outside, put it over and then cut it, and there is enough room to put 4 stripes next to each other, and then before mounting it, just measure the center of each. Once you position, let's say the bottom one, you can easily calculate. Generally, it's about 9 millimeter, 8 to 9 millimeter difference. And what's really important, because there's not much manipulation possibilities other than moving up and down and rotating around, that you put approximately the same position for the back. And so if the samples are really nice and sticky, then you don't need to worry about cross-contamination. If they are not, recommend just go with 2. One is the calibration, one is the actual sample, and potentially one more with the phosphor. We have blue, green and red phosphor for beamline alignment and optimization, and practically loading up the sample is easy. Peel it off, which I'm going to use this, which is already ready to go. And again, as I said, don't necessarily need to grind it unless you have some inhomogeneity issues. Take about this much sample, put it on it, and just smear it over. I like to knock a little bit on some surface to hit it off. You can see actually it comes off a little bit, and then practically this is ready to go. You put it into the appropriate size jar. So for example, this one, again equipped with Teflon tape, seal it, and then take it out of the box, walk down to the beamline. Generally the sample chamber is covered with a glove bag. Put it in, pump and purge 3, 4, 5 times depending on how much time you have. Take it out with the 2 screws, mount it, drop it into the sample chamber, and you can align it, measure the distances, create a map, and just go from one spot to the other spot. Again, if you carefully enough setting this up, you can have about 8 sample positions, meaning you have 6 different samples. One is the calibration, and one is the phosphor for aligning the beam. If you have multiple edges, obviously you need to use multiple calibrants. That's going to reduce the number of samples, available samples for measurement.